If someone would like to put me out of my misery now, I am taking applications. Hungover, huh? Didn't think you could do that. Yeah, neither could I. Turns out you bite enough drunk coworkers, you can get a little sloshed. You did what? Relax, Chuckles. It was all consensual. Should I check the hospitals to confirm your story? Well, curled up your ass and died. Dude, back off. Nezu made it clear you're not to bite students, didn't he? Yeah, and I didn't. You never said anything about staff. You could have killed someone, or do you want to go back to prison? Why, so you can take all the credit for being the hero? Please. I was the one who caught you. I can do it again. You didn't catch shit. I let you catch me. You what? You heard me. I let you catch me. If I had wanted to disappear, I would have. No, you're lying. Of course you'd say that. I'm really starting to think I miss my calling as an actress. You really think you could have just disappeared if you wanted to? Oh, I know I could have, Chuckles. Took you 3 years to catch me and you knew who I was personally. Besides, if the great Endeavor couldn't arrest me after kicking my ass, how are you planning to take me down? That doesn't change that you murdered those people. Did I know? Do you even remember their names? I do. Couldn't forget them even if I tried. Let's see, first one was Ota Misaki, promising up-and-comer of a hero. I was hungry, she seemed an easy target, so I bit her. She freaked out, used her quirk on me and ran. Straight into oncoming traffic. She didn't stand a chance. You could have stopped her, you're fast enough to. Oh, yeah, absolutely, I could have. If her quirk wasn't the equivalent of a human flashbang, I was so disoriented I was dry heaving in the alley before I finally stumbled out after her. People said I pushed her, and when they couldn't prove that, they said I coerced her into doing it, cause, you know, vampires can make you do shit. And the others? Sama Katsumi and Arita Hisako. I fed on Sama about a month before his death and he just snapped. I genuinely don't know what happened. No one's ever reacted like him before. He tracked me down, found me with Arita, started blathering on about how our love was eternal, right before he slit her throat. And then he threw himself off a balcony. And again, people thought I did it. But you could have told. Who could I have told, Shota, huh? The police? Yeah, right, they're already after me for the people I sent to the hospital. Not that they ever bothered to look at who these people actually were, who they hurt, who they would have hurt if I hadn't hurt them first. Oh, maybe I should turn to you, the former classmate who never liked me turned detective vigilante who'd been in my ass for 3 years because he thought he was hot shit. Yeah, lots of options there. Madeline, Don't you dare call me by that name. Don't try to tell me you had no idea. Don't try to apologize. I know what grave I dug when I started all of this. When they died, I was over it. All of it. So I put on a show, as you do. A final swan song. Had to make it look good. You might question it. You're probably one of the few people who'd notice if I was holding back. So you tuned yourself in out of what? Guilt? I know you don't care, but all my life I've had one rule. Just one. Don't kill. Oda I might have been able to write off. Maybe. It was an accident, but Sama, Arita, I couldn't. I had no idea you carried that with you. Yeah, well, that was by design. Better people think I don't give a shit about the world around me. Saves me a lot of heartbreak down the road. You call me by my first name. I thought you were bad with names. Like I said, miss my calling as an actress. Figure if I don't use your name, I can't get attached. Doesn't mean I don't know people's names, I just choose not to use them. So why'd they send you away for murder? It wasn't your fault. Seriously? You remember my reputation, right? Vampire villain, Black Death? I mean, I've been famous by any stretch, but any villain who needed muscle certainly embellished my reputation. The murder charges may have been trumped up, but I was still the bad guy. I did plenty to be sent to prison over. And you just let them? What else was I gonna do? I was alone. I cut all contact with anyone I knew from school. My family disowned me before I was out of high school. Any extended family I had was back in Canada. I was alone. So I pled guilty, and it just locked me up. Wasn't until 2 years later that they realized what was really going on. Apparently someone reopened my case. Who reopened your case? No idea. Some detective with a god complex, I think. Never even met them, only ever spoke through my lawyer. Took them 2 years to even get me released, and that was on the condition I joined a rehabilitation program. So how does UA fit into all that? Just kind of happened? A year after I got into the program, Nizu was knocking on my door. I said no at first. I thought it was a terrible idea. Then I was not so gently reminded of my past and how I could make a difference in people's lives, blah blah blah. And then he said something about imposters or something. I don't know, I think he just wants more bloodhounds on his team. What about you? What about me? What are you getting out of it? You mean besides the redemption arc? I don't know. My whole life people thought I was the villain. After a certain point, I just accepted it. After all, what proof did I have that I could be better? Now, I have a real chance to be better. maybe all that pain and suffering meant something. Does Lad King know about any of this? Seriously? It's an honest question. I mean, I haven't told him in detail about it, but he knows my rule and he'd notice if I was throwing a fight. And hypothetically, if he were to find out about all this, well, I suppose he will eventually. I'm just not there yet. Look, I should... How long have you been standing there? Long enough, Mads. Shit. So how long have you been standing there? I let you catch me. The raised voices caught my attention. Might want to give her a minute. Yeah. Shit, has she been carrying that with her all this time? Kinda looks that way, yeah. Think she's stronger than a lot of people give her credit for, myself included.